Hello, hello. I've been asked quite a few times about my recommendations for immune boosting and what I'm doing for myself for immune boosting. So I thought I would hop online and share it so that everybody has the information. um, all right, so let me just make sure that I can get to all your questions. It's really interesting navigating this online world, isn't it? All right, 3 tiers that I look for in myself and in anybody that's asking me for recommendations on immune system. 3 things. Gut health is number 1, bone health is number 2, and number 3 is nutrients. And so let me break those down for you. Gut health is the number 1 way that you can positively impact your immune system, because we know that 80% of our immune system lives in our gut, specifically in our small intestine. So that's super important to know, and it's the greatest way that we can make an impact positively on our immune health. If you know that you are someone who needs to work on your gut health, I recommend that you get on that right away. Now is as best a time as any. And if you're not sure where to start with that, I have tons of available information for you for free, available online. Just send me a message, a direct message, and I will connect you with that information, and you can look into whatever you need to do for your gut health. And I'm certainly here to help you do that. I'm certified as a gut health specialist, so I should be able to give you the information directly, or at least point you in the way of the information that you need, in the direction of the way of the information that you need. That's what I meant to say. Okay, number 2 is bone health. So our health of our bones is so important when it comes to immunity. In fact, I learned this studying traditional Chinese medicine. In TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, rather than looking at the immune system, they don't do that. They look at the health of the bones, or the health of the foundation of the individual. And our bones are alive. They literally are affected by everything that we eat. So that saying, you are what you eat, is totally true. And when we're talking about immunity, we know that we're supposed to eat healthy, but sometimes knowing why we're supposed to eat healthy can help us do that. So our bones are specifically responsive to nutrients like omegas. So making sure that you're getting your omegas in every day. And they're also responsive to minerals. So we know that calcium builds bones, but what sometimes we miss is that minerals don't like to be taken a la carte. So in order for calcium to be absorbed in the body, it needs magnesium. And in order for magnesium to work properly, it needs another mineral. And so the domino effect kind of goes from there. It's okay to supplement with minerals if you think you need to do that. But what I really recommend is that we get our vitamins and our minerals from our food. So the best way to get minerals from food is to eat organic, because the minerals in the food come from the soil that the food was grown in. And we know that there are more nutrients available in organic soil than in non-organic soil. If you're not able to get organic food, you don't have access to it, then that would be a really great time to supplement for some minerals. But again, best to take minerals all together or to get it from food than to supplement one-on-one. And I'll take that a step further. In order for minerals to assimilate properly in the body, they usually need a vitamin or 2. So for example, in order for calcium to do what it needs to do in the body, I've already said that it needs magnesium, but it also needs D3 present in the body, in the bloodstream, for it to do what it needs to do in bones. So if we're talking about bone health, we're really talking about a wide available range of healthy minerals, healthy foods to get minerals and vitamins from. And D3, calcium, and magnesium are the 3 you want to watch the most. And again, just repeating, also omegas. Okay, and then the 3rd tier is if you're doing all those things in the first 2 tiers to the best of your ability, if you're really working on your gut health, and if you're really taking in lots of organic, healthy foods, so you're getting lots of vitamins and minerals in your diet, then I recommend using supplements to supplement. So supplements don't replace, they supplement what you're already doing. And I'm a huge fan of supplements, but again, not as a replacement for good nutrition, but to supplement, to boost what we're already doing. When it comes to boosting, we're getting a little bit confused, I think, between whether we should be boosting our immune system to work harder or whether we should be boosting our immune system to make it hardier. And I think those are two different things. In fact, I know they are. So for example, there are nutrients that allow the immune system, that provide the immune system with much more help for it to do its job and to do it well. Specifically mushrooms, for example. Ironically, mushrooms are one of the few foods that contain D3. So D3 is what we get from our exposure to the sun. So when our skin is exposed to the sun, it creates D3. And we know that D3 is tied to immunity, and we know that D3 is tied to gut health. So there's no coincidence there. Mushrooms, like I said, are one of the few foods that actually contain D3. So if you don't have access to the sun, you want to make sure that you're getting all the fungi in your life. And I take a supplement every day that has 6 mushrooms in it, and its name, the formula is called my immune defense. And the reason it's defense is because it builds my immunity so that my immune system can defend against anything that it comes in contact with. And this is sometimes a misconception too. We come in contact every day with microbes and allergens that our body does not find friendly. And so that's what our immune system's job is to make sure that it's tackling that. If our immune system is already fighting off something, that means that it has less available energy to defend against anything new that comes in. So it's always a good idea to keep our immune system as strong and as healthy as we can so that it can be, running on all cylinders. If you know that you already have an underlying condition, like an underlying virus, another string of cold or flu or HPV or something that a lot of us commonly live with, then you want to make sure that you're giving your immune system something to help with that viral strain. And that would be another great time to supplement. Also, to build your immunity, just baseline, make sure that it's built up, and then something to help tackle whatever your personal body has to navigate. As far as coming in contact with any particular microbes, I use Ionic Silver for that, because silver, we know, is something that can tackle microbes. And silver dates back for ages, actually. It's what they used to use to clean operating rooms before the invention of penicillin. So we know that it kills off everything that it needs to kill off. Why they don't continue to use that is because it's pretty expensive to make. But it's also how we started using silverware to eat back in the day, because they knew that silver had an antimicrobial quality to it, so that when they would eat food that they didn't have the same way to pasteurize and keep their food clean as we do today, the silverware would help with some of that antimicrobial properties when they were eating. So Ionic Silver is better than colloidal silver because it's more bioavailable, and that goes into the size of the particles of the silver. And I won't get into too much detail for us right here unless you have questions, and in which case I'm happy to answer them for you. But I use liquid silver every day. In this current state of affairs, I'm taking a teaspoon a day internally just to make sure that I'm killing off anything that I don't know I came in contact with, even though I'm mostly in isolation. And I also use it in a gel form to put on my hands. I put it around my eyes every day. And if I leave the house to go to the grocery store, for example, I'll take a Q-tip of it and put it up each nostril so that in case I breathe anything in that my body needs help, would need help from my immune system to kill off, hopefully the silver's there as a barrier to help kill it off in my nostrils before it actually gets into my body and requires my immune system's help. Okay, then there's been some questions about Echinacea and elderberry. So I've been hearing a lot about the idea that elderberry is not working in this particular COVID-19 virus. And that largely could be due to the fact that it increases immune function. I'm not sure. But I would say the same thing for Echinacea. So whether it's this particular virus or just using Echinacea in general, Echinacea is designed for or best used for the onset of symptoms. So like the first 3 days of a cold, for example. But it's not really meant to be used long-term. It's not an immune builder. It's an immune booster, meaning that it'll take your immune system and it'll put the gas pedal down and make it work harder, harder, harder. The immune system doesn't like to be pushed like that for very long. In fact, the reverse will start to happen, and the echinacea will stop being as effective. Your immune system will put the brakes on. It won't let you keep the gas on nonstop. So you can use echinacea, but use it on the first 3 days of an onset, like if you feel a cold coming on. Don't use it as a daily, like the mushroom blend, as an immune builder. They do different things. So I'm hoping that this helps bring some clarity and shed some light. I put a link together of these supplements that I take personally and that I've recommended here, and you're welcome to click that link and have a look. If you have any questions, though, any specific questions about anything that I mentioned, gut health, immune health, or if you have questions about any particular remedy that you have uncertainty about, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them for you. Let me just see if I can chime into any questions if they've been posted. There's always a little bit of a delay, so you might post a question after I get done here, which is okay. Please feel free to do that. Post your questions in the comments and I will happily answer them for you. It doesn't seem to be that I can get to the video. So I may not be able to answer your questions in real time. Let me know if you have any, though, like I said, in the comments. DM me if you need some privacy and I'll happily answer them for you. And hopefully this helped. Okay, everybody, stay strong, stay healthy. I'll see you soon.